Hello everyone. How are you guys doing today? So it's been a while since I streamed in English, so bear with me. And you're not a bot, please write something in the chat so I can see it. Other than that, it's a bit laggy. Not sure why. Okay. Let's check if we've got the setup right. Yep. So I've set everything up. We should be fine for the remainder of the stream. What I'm going to be doing today is still painting the Black Templars. I've got another guy to finish. Another guy to finish. So I need to crack on with these guys, and it's been a while since I've finished any. I mean, I finished one less stream yesterday on the Polish stream. Hello, Tomasz. So I've got 3 finished and 2 to go. So I've got 3 finished of these guys, and they are ready for the shop that they're gonna be sent off to. Oh, these 2 weapons need to be highlighted even more. I'm painting them for a local shop. I mean, not so local, but a friendly shop. And they've been asking for these for a while now, and it's about time I finish it and deliver. So it's as they say, I'm playing a professional artist, and which means that I don't give a shit about timelines. So basically, when I feel like it, I'll paint your model. So I mean, obviously, I'm not such a person. It's just that I'm really lazy, and I'll get distracted. I've got hobby ADHD, and I basically... Oh, I need to switch this off, because this chat is not going to work over here for some reason. How do I do that so the stream, so the chat works? How do I do that? Let me go. Let me just try to figure out. It's been a while since I've streamed on English channel. Pop out chat. Pop out chat over here. And I think I can do a pop out chat that it's toggled to a window. And I can sort of grab the picture of it, right? Window capture. This, whatever it is, and that's going to be a chat, and okay. And then I'll just... Oh, God, give me a second. And we're done. So that's easy. I love OBS. It allows me to do everything I want, really. There's nothing that I can't do on OBS so far, so that is good. Right, so let's focus on the painting, and let me show you what I do. So that's the weapon that is not really highlighted. Obviously this side shouldn't be highlighted that much. This one is, so it's fine. Let me know what you are doing today. Tomku, Tomasz. Let's just keep it nice and civil today. So let me have a look how many people are here. Technically 3 people, so there should be some more people. Hopefully. Obviously, I don't expect a huge amount of people today, but because again, I haven't done it in a while. But it should start gaining momentum as we go. This is the first time I'm streaming in a long while, and hopefully I will keep it up for the English channel only on Wednesdays for now. We'll see. So Tomku, what are you working on if you are working on anything. Magnetize the USB computer adapter today to keep it firmly attached to the side of the case. Okay. Still some kind of a hobby. But what do you mean you magnetize the USB computer adapter? So it's just like a thing that you attach to a computer and you attach it by with magnet instead of duct tape or something. So some basic layers, nothing fancy. So I used to paint some really low tabletop quality models recently, but that's because I like playing the games with. No, let me say it differently. I hate playing the game with unpainted models. So sometimes on a Polish channel you can see me chugging out models in huge quantities with a low quality of paint jobs. But that's because I just love quickly painted models just so I can play. So my paint jobs are different. I paste 3x2 neodymium magnets into the housing, such a perversion of a person who loves magnetized models. Yep, if you start doing that, you won't stop. It helps a lot, obviously. Sometimes it's to a detriment of a model, because while trying to magnetize it, you can ruin your model if you hello studio level, hello. If you're not careful, you can ruin your model, or you can basically make a model that is impossible to pick up. It's impossible to pick it up. I know I have done that with my how do they call it? Blood Angels, Dev Company, and they had their arms magnetized, their weapons. I mean, their arms, the weapons, the shoulder pads, so I can use the same shoulder pads, the backpacks. And basically, what happened that every time I picked them up, they just fell apart. Well, oh well. Hello, Nibla. So let's make a crowd. And let's see if this can pick up pace later on. Gonna cover the skull in a skull color, bone color. I hope my choice of music is fine with you. I mean, obviously, if you're my regular listener on the Polish channel, it's gonna be fine because you're used to it. But if you're new here, say hello. If you haven't seen me in a while, say hello. I'm going for lurking mode, okay. Lurk. What are you, a tyrannid? Lurking mode. Right, so from time to time I like to paint a model in a little bit higher quality, like these guys. It's not like I'm not sure if, I wouldn't say that it's my top level, top quality, but it's definitely a higher quality, higher standard than usually. So that's that. I like to make it a little bit better because I just simply love the fact that I can and I'm able to paint a huge army in a matter of a couple of weeks, like I'm doing with Chaos. So I've been painting Chaos Army. I don't have anything painted from Chaos over here, but I've been painting my Chaos Army, and they're not perfect. They're far from perfect, and I know that I know things that I could do more with them. That's just I don't want to. I just want to paint them and put them on tabletop. Miniature Adventures. Hello, Gary. How are you doing? How's the States treating you? Because if I remember correctly, you live in the States now, right? With your wife and kids. So cheers, everyone. It got warm. Well, still good. Right, so let's take this guy off. I'm great, just got Zombicide onto the painting table. Excellent. So in the coming streams, I'm gonna be finishing this guy today, obviously, because he's mostly done. But on the next streams, I'm going to paint this guy basically from scratch, from base coats. So we'll be able to see how I painted these guys. Maybe I will be recording this so I can later on make a video out of it. I've been painting, just for an update, I've been painting these guys. So these are the heroes. And I'm really proud with the hand painted cloaks. Obviously you can see the layers, but it's just I don't know, I feel that it gives the extra detail, like these are the waves on the material. So hello Momo. So that's one, and that's the other cloak that I've painted, and I'm really happy with those cloaks, and I hope the customer is gonna be happy as well. And that's the third guy that is waiting to have some love from me, but I think that the highlights are crap and I'm gonna redo them. So hello Diax. Right, so we've got some people. I think that YouTube has done its work and informed people, and I think I have received an email as well, hopefully. Nope. That's not it. Okay, the Instagram has been posted. Good. Let's see how it goes. I'm trying to rejuvenate the channel. Right. So you've asked a question, Gary. What do you think of contrast paints? I mean, recently on my Polish channel, I've done a review of all of them. I mean, review of basically used every single one of them, and I'm still waiting to go through the montage of the whole thing. Put it together as an actual video. I think they're good. They are good paints. As with every range, basically, there are great paints. There are shitty paints. There are ones that I don't see any reason for having them, other than just giving people another color to buy and reach down my pocket. But I guess maybe there are some niche usages they're gonna be found out later on. Speed paints. I've got a basic set, the one that has 10 paints from Army Painter. They're good. The only shitty thing about these paints is that if you try to go over with another paint over it and it's not the same paint, and I think even worse if it's the same paint, they reactivate, and you might mix the colors, which might be useful maybe in some instances if you want to reactivate them and I don't know, have a weird blending technique. I don't know. These are not horrible paints. I mean, I don't think that there are any horrible paints that, except for Corax White from GW. But other than that, every paint has its own use somewhere. And even with speed paints, with this reactivation, maybe not issue because it's by design, I think, or they were aware of it because they've put it in the manual. So RTFM, it may have some usages, may have some purpose. I don't know. Anyways, you can always just simply put the speed paints on, spray it with some varnish, like Jesus, not this one. urethane varnish and then just carry on with what you're doing. If it's done with airbrush, it's just gonna dry in a couple of minutes and you're done. You can carry on. I'm not sure if you can blend with reactivating the paints, reactivating the speed paints. I'm not sure if you can do that. But again, I haven't tried that. I just noticed that they do reactivate actually. It's not something that I would want from my speed paints. But then again, if you're using speed paints, you're most probably just putting the base coat and you're done. You know, move on. So this shouldn't be an issue. And maybe for the guys who want to do something special with these paints, like, you know, Duncan and Jose da Vinci, then they use Sergio Halvo, they use speed paints, contrast paints in a very creative ways. Hello, Snagu. For them, it's non issue because they are not rushing it, so they can actually put the paints on, put the varnish, and then carry on. So it's a non-issue, I think. It's just the way that you need to get used to working with these paints. That's fine. It's just a different way of working. It's like with old contrast paint that you can only put a layer once. If you couple of seconds later you touch it again, you fuck it up because it dries on the edges, not in the middle. So you just basically need to get used to how to use this paint, and that's it. And if you don't use them. I use them for generic troops, especially zombies, for Walking Dead, etc. But for my main models, I prefer regular paints. You can still use them. What I try to use contrast for is to churn out the base colors, because it gives you some shadow. So if you do zenithal highlights, it just goes on the model and you're done. And then you basically pick the model up, and if it's your chieftain, your sergeant, your hero, you basically add additional details, and it works out better for the model, I think. So it's basically a different method. It's just again, different approach to painting. Sort of a two-step. So you do your army, let's say battle ready, or what they call it, and then you use normal paints to make them parade ready, I think they call it. So it's fine. It's just a different approach. Co tam, kochanie? Hold on. Koteczku, ja pracuję teraz. Daj mi buziaczka i idź spać.
Ale chcę ci coś powiedzieć, nie mogę przez to zasnąć.
Dobrze, za dużo telewizji dzisiaj, co? Daj mi buziaczka i spać. Okay, sorry. My kid she can't sleep. So she needed a kiss. Right, so coming back to the subject, contrast paints and speed paints and what I called instant paints, they are fine. They're just different way of painting, and you basically adapt and you do different things with them. I don't think that should be metal. I think that should be like brown. I'm gonna repaint it brown. I don't know why you painted it silver. It's a sheath, right? So it shouldn't be metal. It's funny that in Polish, the sheath for the sword is the same as ladies' parts. It's the same name as ladies' parts. It's a bit chauvinistic, I think. It's exactly the same word. I mean, more from a biological standpoint, but it's just sometimes it's just like ugh to use this word. I'm not sure what the word is in English. It's not. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's cervix. Jesus. It's not just vagina. I don't know. Maybe someone can from Polish viewers can correct me, but I'm not sure if it's a vagina. It's something different, but it's still funny that we named ladies' parts after the sword's sheath. Like we are the knights and our swords. You know. Yeah, this is gonna be the level of my humor, so you need to get used to it if you knew. Diax, hello. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. Okay, so the chat on this one is bugged, I think. Oh no, there it is. How many viewers do we have? How many viewers do we have? We have 6 viewers. Yay! Good. Name our weapons before a woman. This sort of thing, yeah. So let's speed it up a little bit. Oh yeah, one thing that I noticed with any kind of speed paints is that they don't really like the hair dryer. They just dry up in a funky way sometimes. Don't know why. Probably the chemicals in there are bugged out somehow. They're like, oh, we haven't moved in proper places yet. It's really hard to cover metallic paint with non-metallic paint. I can still see metal shining through, which might be a good idea if you want to do a metallic armor, like 1000 Suns, and just paint something really bright silver and then cover it with contrast paint, maybe, to make it even lighter coverage. Right, guys, don't let me hang in here and make up my own topics, because I'm gonna start making inappropriate jokes and I'm gonna get cancelled by YouTube standards, community standards. Throw a topic so we can talk about. Well, I mean, a normal topic, something reasonable. For now, I'm gonna only say that I really miss my orcs, and I'm looking at my boxes over here that I need to paint, like Storm Surge, 2 boxes of crisis suits, something else, like huge town hour. I've got so many models to paint. It's just, well, hi Grot. I've just finished up my Emperor Champion today. I'm happy right now. Sheath, yeah, that's what I meant. Sheath. To a sword. That's what I meant. Sheath. He's got a sheath, the brown sheath. Did I use a different word? Sheath. And the word in Polish is pochwa, right? But I'm not sure what pochwa is in English. I'm not sure which word it is. Skaven army. I used to have one. I used to have one of Skaven army years ago. I even put it on this channel as in a battle report. Unfortunately for you, the battle report was in Polish and the army was then unpainted, I think, because it was the time when I still sort of accepted playing with unpainted models because there were so many of them. But now it sort of forces me and pushes me to paint more. Maybe sometimes paint quickly and paint not that well, but still I prefer, for narrative reasons and for recording, playing with painted models is so much nicer. Even if you lose, you just go, my army looks nice, even if they can, get beaten up. Yeah, I can imagine. Especially that I talk really fast and I don't think that the subtitles don't work in Polish. It's a highway. Yeah. You have to love your Rune Fang highlights. so this guy is coming really nicely, coming along. I think he took up the chat in the movie because he stands still at the very beginning of the chat. What? Oh, do you mean on the stream? Oh, here we go. As soon as we mention it, it just goes boop, boop. Not sure why. Oh, we need to switch this off still. Because this doesn't work. It's not for the stream. Jesus. So, as I mentioned, maybe not every single day, but most of the days I try to put in at least an hour of work in my models. Sometimes, obviously, I end up painting until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm knackered the next day. But I sort of miss our days, Gary, when we worked in NCP Cowpox and we could sit down and paint all night and talk bullshit all night. These were fun times. Yeah, so much. Remember Bob buying a box in the after he got out of buying a box in Games Workshop, like a early release or it's just been released, and then he went to work. He painted it, and on Sunday he put it on eBay and sold it by Monday with like doubling his money. It was just amazing what he did. We had a friend who maybe he didn't paint amazingly. When I look at it now, when I think about it, it wasn't an amazing job, but it was really, really well painted. I mean, I think now I paint like he painted. What was it? 15 years ago. Maybe I paint like him. But he paints really well, and it wasn't a box art, but it was really a neat paint job. And he just basically enjoyed painting. He just sat down. I remember with a box of boys, not boys, knobs, I believe. It wasn't a new release, but he just really enjoyed them, and he just sat down and painted them in one night. Well, I mean, obviously the nights were like 12 hours, but. No, thank you, Gary. Oh, Jesus, not this guy again. Fuck me. Hold on a second. Okay, message deleted, so it should disappear later on. Sorry for that. Can I just remove it? And remove. And report. Got it. What? It doesn't disappear just like that? I must be really popular for some reason, because I'm getting botted more and more often. My YouTube channel, my Discord. It's good. For some reason, I think it's good. Right. So we've done that. Let's just have some. I don't want to do the white now. I want to highlight this brown. Bots attack, such a treat before a rebellion of the Iron People. So I've started with a layer of Mornfang brown on the sheath and the purity seal. So I'm gonna go back with British uniform base, and I'm going through every time I use any of my GW paints. I go to my AK 3rd Jan. A studio tour. You know what? I can, and I probably will, but I'm moving my studio to my garage. Well, again, for some people. But I will be moving, and then, and only then, I will make a studio tour. Sure, it would be nice. I can do it in English, so you can understand what the hell I'm talking about. The only thing I recently upgraded from my hardware is this camera. I really love it. It's cheap, and it's it's cheap, but for what it can do, it's really, really cheap, and I really like it. So for now, you can still see that I've got Patronite at the bottom. I will be moving it to my. I will be updating the things at the bottom to my English things like YouTube channel and Twitch and Patreon. Maybe I'll open a Patreon. Jesus, Patreon. Maybe I will find someone who would be willing to pay me some money for streaming once a week. Maybe then I will be, sort of incentivized to do it more often. No one is doing this whole thing for free. And when I see people who are really, really talented and they do basically what I would like to do, which means that, having this channel as the main source of income is just like, oh, great. I would love to do that as well. Maybe someday. Maybe. Co tam? No teraz druga. Co tam? Co się dzieje?
Chcę się wysikać, a nie mogę.
A nie możesz iść na dół?
No nie, bo ja...
Przeziębiłaś się.
Nie wiem, bo byłam w łazience i jak próbuję zrobić siku, to nie mogę.
No i co się dzieje? Okay, I'm back. You'll get there, my friend. MDF terrain, how do you paint them? I bought some and I am scared to start even undercoating them. There is a way. Come on, work. There's a way. What you can do, you can use. You've got this in your shops like Poundland. You've got this. You're not in UK anymore. Mod Podge. Mod Podge, they call it. It's like a mixture of glue and paint, and you thin it down, and you just use your brush, and you just go all over it. Because MDF terrain it's wood, and it has a tendency to soak in paint a lot. So if you use airbrush, it's just gonna soak in the paint, and it's gonna be translucent, and you have to do it again and again and again. You could do it with just like a PVA glue, thin it down, and just spray it. If you have a car spraying, tool. So not an airbrush like that, but there's just like a huge gun for your compressor in the garage, and just go. You can do that, but I think that just spraying it with air can air spray, it's not economical. I think you should basically focus on using Mod Podge. As well, it's gonna give you some texture, right? So you can basically put Mod Podge and throw some sand at the bottom, and then let it dry, and then paint all over it. So you're gonna have some, I don't know, earth texture on it, if that's what you want. Mod Podge, not Mod Podge. Yeah, that sounded weird. Mod Podge. And before doing that, so basically undercoating it, and basically putting a layer of matte varnish on the wood so it doesn't soak up that much paint. That's it. Or you can basically just, you know, slave it through and just go one layer, third layer, fourth layer. Fuck, I'm gonna use my paintbrush. You can do that as well. So yeah, try Mod Podge. I mean, everyone on YouTube, from people that I watch, uses it. I will eat my paintbrushes if I wish to, my friend. You're not my real mom. You're not gonna tell me what to do. Hello, my friend. So anyways, I mentioned briefly that I miss my oaks, and I can't wait when I get to paint them. But I'm not sure when this is gonna happen. I think that I need to schedule a game where I'm just gonna use my everything new, as many new things as possible, because I've got 2 kill rigs to paint. And I really would love to paint them because they are beautiful model, and apparently it's really good in the game. So finally something from Oaks that is actually good. I've got plenty of other models. I've got a flyer, you know, this special custom mech flyer. Not sure what it's called. I forgot now. But I've got that unassembled. I would love to play with like 5 battle wagons, and I've got 4 battle wagons, I think, painted. And I got a 5th one waiting. I found plenty of beautiful files that I need to print to make my Oaks shine. Basically, I'm missing plenty of like gunners, because I've converted plenty of models, you know, of battle wagons, and I'm missing gunners, missing some, you know, tank tracks. I don't know, barrels and things like that, decorative stuff on my Oaks. So I'm just gonna be, probably soon, I'm gonna be printing a lot of Orcish stuff. Right now I'm on the stage of painting plenty of Tyrannid stuff, because I want to make a Tyrannid terrain. The whole board is gonna be dedicated to Tyrannids. And that's because I've got a friend, my friend Śniegu Patches, who plays Tyrannids, and I want to have a, I don't know, not really a homage to him or anything like that, but just he's an often guest on my channel, and something to make him feel at home when I slaughter him with my fucking Oaks. Something like that. Or my Chaos, or whichever army I pick to destroy him with. And obviously, it's a joke, because he usually destroys me We've got a battle report recorded, and he edited it recently, where we play 40k 9th edition, with reactions from Horus Heresy. It was fun, I must say. It was different. Hold on, I need to take my glasses for that. Right, that's it. You won't be able to see the other ones deep in there. So he's coming along quite nicely. Let me have my pink dildo in my hand. So what else? I need to do the skull, covered with some bony color. Jakub, how are you doing with your Grot army? Is it completed now? I've got some bases to do, I believe, on mine. I need to have a look. Oh, see, that's the motivation that I need to paint some of my Gretchens. My friend over here, Jakub, has came up with an idea of making a battle port, Grots on Grots. So it's going to be Grot Revolution, Grot Wars. We called it. No, he called it. And we're going to be playing Grots on Grots. It's going to be, I believe, 1500 points, just Grots. Maybe 1 or 2 orcs is allowed. I'm not sure one. But I think that we took it as a point of honor to not include any orcs. So I know that he's been painting some of his models recently. We'll see how it goes for him. Oh, hello, Loni Baku, hello. Right, so don't need that. I was just saying, Loni Baku, that I'm working on a Tyrannid themed terrain for you, really. For you to feel at home while you're getting smashed. Maybe finally, eventually, I'm gonna smash your boys. With my boys. I don't know if you know the quote, I'm gonna smash your boy. It's Conor McGregor talking to some, I believe he said that to the crew of, what was his name? Mamed Khalidov, I think. Not Mamed Khalidov. Mamed Khalidov is a guy in Poland. The other guy. A very famous MMA fighter who retired with 0 losses. Maybe. Tomorrow is gonna be on Polish channel. Is gonna be a stream where I'm gonna be doing it. My printer is still working hard on churning out new models every single day. Unfortunately, some of the models that I've prepared take 16 hours to paint. 16 hours, and they are not the highest res. They are just 15 nanometer resolution. So it's not crazy resolution. It's just the usual. So yeah, I need to review completely and finish editing the battle report that you've started editing. so we can publish it on the Polish channel. And if we can manage, maybe we will play it as a stream, the next battle report. We'll see. Obviously on my Polish channel, because there's more people over there. I think that we can start doing such things, and I can start doing things like this on the English channel when there's more people around. Not like only Gary from Khabib, yeah. I'm gonna smash your boy. I'm gonna make that impression anytime Śniegu or whoever plays Oaks against me. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna smash your boys. Tak. Kochanie, przeszkadzasz mi. Listen guys, I need to go for a second. I'll be back. Right, I'm back. I really love the phrase, I'm gonna smash your boy. He said it in such a funny way. He's a good actor. I mean, for the ring and for entertainment, I think because from what I've heard, there's between him and Khabib there was some animosity, but other than that, he's a really chilled person. He's really young. He's made so much money, but he's so young. Jesus. Cool. Dobrze. Oh, sorry. Cool. That's done. I'm gonna go back to pure red after I dry it. To highlight some of the things that I've sort of washed out a little bit by putting Agraxel shade, the old Agraxel shade, mind you, it's not new. It's not the new one. Good. I don't like the new online wash, it doesn't flow as nice. Okay. I haven't used it yet, so hard to say. I will have some more experience later on when I actually start using those. For now I've only used a little bits. Right, what can I do? What else can I do? I mean, I've used the new contrast paints on these guys. These ugly mofos. But as you can see, I've dry brushed them and did a lot of stuff with them. So yeah, they're not really new contrast paints. Legal. You know what I mean? They're not just pure new contrast paints. But I must say that the paints that I use, which is Assortment Blue, the new Assortment Blue, and new Ball Red, they flew really, really nicely. So no complaints there from my side. But with Null Oil, it's a very specific paint. You want it to flow extremely nice on your weapons and so on. But to be honest, again, I stopped using Null Oil on my weapons. I much prefer Agrax to highlight it like now. I don't know, it gives you more warm, earthy tone. Oh, Jesus. Fuck me. I mean, that's what he is advertising, but report. Pornography. Report. Okie dokie. Report. Pornography. Report. Yeah. Report. How does it do? I mean, how do they do that? Is it just automated? It just goes through live channels and just goes blah and spams it? Because obviously I'm joking with being popular. It's just a basically bot automated message. Gituwa, as we say. Good night, Nibla. Have a nice night. I just have to double check if the barrel is drilled. Otherwise, the barrel drilling police is gonna get me. So as you can see, if you don't want to play with tabletop ready models, you have to spend a lot of time on your models. And I'm pretty sure that it's some professional painters would spend even like 10 times more time. And Jesus, am I touching this? Yes. Oh God, fucked it up. Anyways, I need to take black and fix some rims. Anyway, where was it? Oh, yeah. The black that I'm using is from Hataka. It's a Polish company. It's really good. I must say, it's really good. The only reason I'm not going to be using it like more often is that when I paint these models, I undercoat them with AK undercoat, and then I simply not how do you call it, wet brush them with normal paint, just to give them the same shine. So basically, if I fuck it up in the highlight, I can go back with black and fix it, and there's no difference in the shade and the texture. If you could see, you would. I mean, not sure if the camera is gonna catch it properly, but there is a difference between these two. Like you can see. Oh, that's maximum. Like you can see on this shoulder pad, this one is matte, and this one is a little bit shiny. This one, you know, the bulb, it's like satin, and this one is not. and this is pure AK, and this one is Hataka. The same black, it's just more satin in it. So that's that. Good. I still have some nice red over here. Right. I'm still not sure what to do with the eagles on their chests. Oh, I've painted gold. Okay. So now I know. Oh, I'm not sure what to do. Painted gold, motherfucker. Let's do this. So again, gold from AK, old gold. I really love the tone of it. And then we can highlight it with some silver, or basically AK silver. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to paint it like that. But if it's hard to reach with a brush, it's hard to reach with an eye as well. No, it doesn't. It's very similar to normal gold. But I guess they had to name it something. But you're right, it doesn't look too old, it just looks like old. Gold. Old gold. Oh yeah, yeah. Jesus, I can hear some vacuuming. I would say Polish gold. I wouldn't say Polish gold. It's not that. It's worn gold. It's like the gold that has been worn already. It's not like pure and, you know, clean. Definitely not clean, but it's not old. I wouldn't say it's gold. Jesus, old gold. It's just, yeah, it's used gold. Someone used it. Take it or leave it. Because yeah, you're right about the fact that it's too clean. Definitely not old. Worn, yes, because the worn doesn't imply that it's destroyed, damaged, battered. It's just, yep, someone used it. It's not perfectly polished anymore. Right, so I'm gonna finish the eagles, the kilas, whichever you want to call them. And that's going to be it for today, because it's an hour of painting a day. So what you need to do, according to the description of the video, what you need to do is to keep it up and paint every single day. If you don't want to paint because you don't have time, assemble something. If you don't want to assemble, clean your desk. Do something hobby related. Assemble a model, prime a model, put some bases in. I don't usually paint every single day. Sometimes I just sit down and assemble. I've got 2 rhinos to assemble. You know, the Horus Heresy Deimos Spartan rhinos. And that would be my hobby progress for the day. No shame in that you haven't painted anything. It's just you have done something. And obviously, life is more important than your little miniatures. So don't kill yourself over it if you don't. Just be a little ashamed of it. If you don't. Just a little. Just a little bit. Feel a little bit of shame. I think that maybe one of the things that I could do my Patreon for is that I would have oh, come on, wake up, keyboard. Have a session, daily session with my Patreons. I think that this lens is dirty. Have a daily session with my patrons and basically watch their progress. The lens was pissing me off since the last stream. That would be, I think that would be intense for some. Like every night we have a call and we check what everyone has done. Right. So what we've done today, we have done some highlights on this guy, which is cool, and almost finished this guy. I need to finish the kill on him. Almost finished this guy. I think, except for the shoulder pads, he's finished. He's done. And obviously the tufts. I need to do the tufts, but when I've got everyone done, the whole 5. So these are the 2 that I've done. These are the 2 that are almost done, and then next week maybe I'll sit down and do this one, and maybe I will do a longer stream where I'm sit down and finish this guy at one go, at one sitting, as we say. It's a bit dusty, and that would be fun, I think, for everyone watching. It's going to be a long stream, so we need to make a list of topics to discuss. But yeah, it's going to be fun. And then I've got 3 of these guys, but obviously I've got a tighter deadline that I've put on myself for these. So probably they're not going to be on stream, they're going to be off stream somehow. And I'm going to be doing these, but if you want, you will be able to see my progress on my Instagram. So find Growth Orderly on Instagram, and that's that. You will be able to see it. All the pictures, all the progress. So, guys, thank you, Gary, for joining with and representing English-speaking folk on my channel. Thank you, everyone else who joined. Thank you, bots, for raiding my stream. And yeah, see you next time. See you next week. Next week, Wednesday, 10 o'clock Polish time. I'm not sure. It's what time is it in US for you, Gary? Is it like afternoon? I hope you're not at work or eating breakfast. 5 p.m. Okay, so decent. Decent time for a stream. So you probably have kids running around and then kicking you in the shins. Okay. Good. Good. Right. Take care, guys, and I hope to see you next time. Next week, 10 o'clock. Bye.